All right, hello guys. Sorry, just typing over there in Twitter, trying to get some people over here. So yeah, stock market all-time highs, guys. We have the Nasdaq right here. You can see up 0.3%. These are the Nasdaq futures, and we're well into all-time highs here. Looks like by about from 37 to 91, whatever that math equates to, 50 something bucks. There you go. All-time highs in the Nasdaq. So market opens in about a half an hour. We're going to go through the pre-market movers, see what's going on. We've already watched Cron go up a tremendous amount here, and we're waiting for a potential high tide flag based on this type of behavior. We'll see if it happens or if it just continues going. These marijuana stocks are very, very, I guess, volatile, but in a good way. And volatility cuts both ways, guys. If you hear volatility, it doesn't mean downside action. It means up and downside action. Market movement is what volatility is. Twitter over here finally pulling back a little bit after being down in the doldrums from its earnings report, and Facebook. I think at least half of this is caused by Facebook FUD. To be quite honest with you, Twitter's problem I don't think is that bad. And they're just starting to get going from an earnings standpoint, so they'll probably come back in time. Apple, you can see, almost made closing highs yesterday. Amazon making highs. You can see right there my little bubble right there. Apple close, but it's still last week, I think, is when the high was right there. No big deal. So let's go check out our market movers. Pre-market watch. Checking it out on the other screen, guys. Got a couple of tiny ones here, but we're going to go through them. AFMD. Looks like at 1.6 now it's at 4.35. Wow, that's pretty good. Don't know what they do, but interesting. STAF, pretty sure they're a micro cap coin. Actually, you know, AFMD. They're on the Nasdaq. That's interesting. And they just gapped up to $6. Jeffries upgrade. Okay, a bunch of upgrades today for whatever reason. Okay, $96 million Genentech agreement. Okay. That's why they're popping. Wow. They're up huge. Like really huge. $6. Oh, I'm sorry, 435. My bad. 435. Boom, right there, right at the 200-day moving average. Gapping up to right there. So, yeah, I'm assuming this is a very small company. When a $96 million deal gets you popping up 200% here, but hey, you know what? If you want to go with it, go with it. These are very risky. This can easily come back 50%. I mean, just easy, super easy. So be careful with that. If you do try to take that, I would make a very small position. Better yet, I would wait for a long time until it forms a base of some kind. All right, STAF, DSW, ABIL, SNOA, BRKS, NVIV. So what I'm doing right now, if those of you are new to the channel, what I'm doing is I'm going through pre-market movers, seeing if there's anything interesting. And what is interesting to me is kind of stocks that I don't see every day. I track quite a few stocks, but I use the pre-market movers to grow my list and get me interested in more stocks. As the market gets more and more healthy and we start making new highs in the Nasdaq, we will begin to see all of these popping stocks. Will continue to move, not all of them, but a good majority of them. So there's a decent one. It's in new highs. You can see right over here, we recently broke a high and moving higher. This would be a straight up off the bottom move, as a matter of fact. Fairly rare type of a chart pattern, but good volume there, indicating institutional accumulation. You can see ever since here we've had quite a few green days above average. So that's healthy. Pocket pivot, and then off we go there on AVX. Not quite sure what they are. HEI, ooh, there you go. That's a bull run. HEAI, TIS, TIF, TD, TMDI. All right, yeah, nothing there really interesting at all. Let's take a look at, we have another list that we go through, and then we'll go through Investors Business Daily, and we'll see what they have to say. This is a pre-market movers on the NASDAQ. Some of these are similar to other names we've already seen. Some of them are new. Go through a couple of lists, but as you know, some of them are aggregated from the same stuff. And AFMD is on here again. BRKS, LSCC, BILI, and RIGL. Okay, LSCC looks interesting. Looks like it's been stuck in this trading range from $8 to $3 for years, going back to 2010, almost a decade now. Not sure if that's going to get out of this range, so probably not super interested in that. Let's go through Investors Business Daily, see what they have to say about the market. They're always a great source of information. China IPOs soar, chipmaker eyes breakout is the top thing. So I'll pull up IBD so you guys can check it out while I'm going through this. This will be a little different than just going through charts. Investors Business Daily, good information. Okay, AMD was up 5% yesterday. This is yesterday's stocks in the move. This is not today's. But going through their news headlines, they tend to do good work on their news section. So let's check out the headline article. So Tiffany's, Best Buy, BJ, Best Buy and BJ's tumbled. XI poised for breakout. XLNX. Let's take a look at that one. All right, beautiful chart there. It's a great uptrend. Have a large base here, and you have a few more bases up here. This would have undercut. This undercut. This would have been this would be a first stage base actually. This is pretty volatile. Going here from 80 down to 60. Not bad. 25% decline, 20% decline. That's not bad. Volume's declining pretty nicely, indicating a lack of selling action. Looks like a cup with handle here, as a matter of fact. So there's your cup. That would be your handle. And this would be your buy point at 76.59, eyeing that buy point. So we'll keep that there. Let's use a few of these charts. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to detach this. No chat this morning. No one with anything to say, huh? NASDAQ at all-time highs. We've got looking at any new investments here. All right, so TIF, DSW, BBY, BJ, BILI, HUIA, IQ, HTHT. We just looked at XLNX. These are all the ones on that note that on that article. Estee Lauder, Caterpillar. Ooh, Caterpillar with a pretty nice little pennant right there. What's up, Blah? Caterpillar with a beautiful little pennant. I like that. Good declining volume here on the right-hand side of this chart. Very nice. And if the trade war thing subsides, then Caterpillar could be a big beneficiary of that. It's down, looks like about 26% from the beginning of the year. And I think that's really when the trade war thing started taking off. You can see the big bull run here in Caterpillar all the way up here. 174 down from the $100 level, so a 70% gain in Caterpillar in like 9 months is excellent in a stock like Caterpillar. And a subsequent 25% downtrend is a very nice, what could be a cup base. It's not quite, it's too deep for a flat base. So Caterpillar could be in a good spot here. Maybe, over the next 8-9 months, maybe about the same time frame. Maybe it's put a bottom in, so maybe it curls back up here to the 174 level. So Caterpillar, not bad right there. Let's pull IBD back up. What was that other one we were looking at? Sorry, let's put that back up here. XLNX. XLNX also putting, so here's a cup with a handle right there. Volume looks pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. And small volume in the handle. Not much on the right side of the cup though. That's a little concerning. Not a greatly well formed cup. All right, let's check out another one. Here we go. BJ earnings top out, but new IPO stock reverses lower again. Costco, Walmart. Don't need to look at that. These three stocks paying big steady dividends that beat the market. That's good. Verizon, EDP, ENB. 5.8 annualized yield. Wow. It's pretty good. Let's take a peek. I don't mind looking at some alternative investment types, at least alternative for me and my style of trading. So Verizon, they're looking pretty good actually. Looks like it's trying to get over that. There's been a resistance line here for the past couple of years about the $55 level. Looks like it's trying to get above that. Oh, beautiful. That's fantastic. That is so nice. Look at that. Wow. I guess the question is, can it continue to go up? Because this has just been making a bunch of weird decisions lately, Verizon. I mean, why would you buy AOL? I think they bought Yahoo too, didn't they? Just don't understand. Very interesting chart. I'm interested in that. Let's keep it up there. Hey, what's up, Eli? We found Caterpillar and XLNX this morning. We saw Home Depot yesterday with a beautiful cup with handle. So, nice little cup with handle there in Home Depot. Volume on the right side, not very good, but maybe it is what it is. What else do they have? EPD. Okay, not too mad at that pattern. Price action not bad there. ENB. These are dividend plays, mind you. But IBD tracks all kinds of stuff. Part of them are dividend movers. And this one looks pretty good as well. Looks like EDP, I already have a trend line drawn. Is this from earlier today? This is from some point. There's a trend line I've drawn here from some point back in the day. But yeah, look at Verizon right there. Speaking of AT&T, let's look at AT&T. Yeah, not looking good. Definitely Verizon winning that battle. AT&T trying to become some kind of media conglomerate. I'm not quite sure what they're doing business-wise. Nor Verizon. I don't understand what the hell Verizon's doing either. But that's a much better chart pattern. Let's go here and take a look at volume. Past couple of years. So this is a weekly chart. So these hashtags are 1 year. This is 2018, 2017, 2016. And quite a few green volume pops coming in here lately. So could be decent for Verizon going forward. Really looks like $55 to $57 is your resistance area for Verizon. So if that can get going to $60, I don't know, maybe it'll do something. Or squeaky, sorry, $65 I guess would be there. I wonder on the options. I wonder how that would look on options in Verizon. But that's kind of a long shot if you think about it. It's oscillated within this range. For a while we have I think a series of higher lows here recently. That could be healthy. Not sure if it's ready for prime time, but the volume is behaving pretty well. You're pretty nicely under average volume, but with good green accumulation. That could get pretty interesting there. I want to put Verizon into the into stock shed and see what it is at 65. Oh wow. Eli, check out Stock Shed and go to January 2020 and put 65 in as your target. Oh, and never mind, it's showing for Twitter, that's why. Darn it. That's still not bad. 146% for the 5750 going out to 2020. That's quite a move in a stock that's been sideways for, 6 years. So could it be interesting? Yes. have to get to $60 to break even. That's a little ballsy. Probably not my cup of tea. We'll have to see if this thing gets going. Maybe I'll just place an alert here with Verizon right about there, just to keep an eye on it. All right, let's get back to more important things. Investors snap up cheap Chinese stocks amid fresh tariff hopes. They're going to talk about IQ. Looks like Tencent. Ooh, Tencent, Baba. Let's go take a look at those again. Haven't looked at those in a long time. All right, definitely coming back to that support area and finding support. Still looks like it's probably a little too high to be buyable here, up about 10%. Tencent with the worst stock symbol in the history of all time. Very good bottoming candle. This probably could be a decent place to get into Tencent. It's an industrial and commerce bank of China. This one here. Now there's a large cap ETF for the Chinese FXI. You can see there it's come down from 54 down to 40. Looks like 25% or so. Yeah, about 25%. Could be a place to get in China, longer term if you're interested in this FXI. That would give you, just going back to highs here, 25% return. It doesn't seem genuine. Doesn't work. Oh, I guess it's 20% down, 25% up. Okay, that's normal. So 25% move, not bad there on China. Could it get lower? Yes, it could. You can see the volume increasing here on the way down, and subsequently much higher volume here on the way in this bottoming area here. So maybe Chinese stocks are bottoming. We saw IQ, Huya, we saw all those the other day pop in here. So Baba, Tencent looking pretty good here. Let's see what Tencent, TCEHY. Let's see if it gets back to 61. No options on TCEHY, it looks like. Okay, let's get back to some IBD news. DSW jumps 20% on earnings beat. Fantastic. Man, I'm assuming that's going to do some good for retail stocks. So there's DSW this weekly. June, July. Yes, this looks like weekly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 week base from 30 to 25. That's it. What's 15%? That'd be $4. So it's a little deeper than a flat base. Nine minutes until the open here, guys. So we'll get there. Shoe Carnival, whatever that is. That's a pretty nice looking base. Not too bad. I don't mind the run up here. Looks like it broke out and volume was 529 with average. I don't know if it shows me average volume here. 169. Is that right? Volume was 529 on this day with 169 average. That's way over average. That's very good for Shoe Carnival. Shares were active earlier. Shoe Carnival stock was back in a buy range from a 5-week flat base. Market Smith analysis shows the correct point was 35.08, and looks like we're just beneath that. Stock boasts above average fundamentals. 91 relative strength. IBD composite rating relative strength, which is 91. So 91's good on a relative strength perspective. DSW, Best Buy beats, but stock tumbles on earnings outlook. IBD stock of the day. CSGP. CoStar Group, okay, not bad. DPZ was their stock of the day the other day with another cup with handle, and looks like it's still within buy range, only up a fraction. So Domino's Pizza, not great volume on the breakout. You definitely like to see. Ooh, Docu, huh? Docu, Eli. Let's check out Docu. What did it do? So pullback yesterday was, okay, actually pretty nice. You missed your exit. I think it's basing here. You've got earnings coming out here on 9/5, Eli, so you're going to have to pick your poison there. It's about a week. it's about a week there. So you could get out now. You could try to wait for a pop this morning, or you could hold through earnings, which, as we know, is a 50-50 scenario. It's really a gamble. But earnings are coming up in a week. You're going to have to. I mean, it's not bad. If you didn't get in yesterday, you're at least still in a profitable position. But I'm not sure if that was an earning or options play for you. If so, then that would have probably taken quite a bit of steam out of your account there. But we found a few good ones. We found Caterpillar here, which is looking, I think, pretty good. It's kind of a bottom buying scenario, which isn't my favorite, but can work out really well. Here's the 50-day moving average. Didn't cross in higher volume, so it's a healthy cross of the 50-day. Nothing wrong there. Let's see if we get back to 173. Oh, pretty healthy. Caterpillar 173, Eli. Check out the maybe we'll check out if it can get back to 173. Let's say it gets back to 161. Now this is probably going to be a news play, and if you think Trump can pull out a deal out of his butt before the end of the year, Caterpillar could probably have another good run. Looks like the 145, Eli, for January, for a 161 target, which would just get us up here. But if you did get back to 173, that would be 257%. I'm not mad at that at all. So I'm going to open up a watch on that one, Eli. You can check that out if you want to. Speaking of which, I'm going to go through some of the ones we were watching over here, Eli, just so we know. Market's going to open in 5 minutes. So looks like a bit of a double bottom base there. That's still formed in ABBV. So that's probably still pretty valid. As a matter of fact, it may be a more attractive entry point here. ABBV, I'll keep that. I want to do some further analysis on that. Amgen looks pretty good. ANET, we talked about ANET. That one's already gone. I'm going to remove ANET from the list. BHGE. I've got BHGE going to 50. So nice volume decline here on the right side of the chart. I don't know if it's going to work specifically on BFGE or BHGE. BHGE. What do we have this one going to? Target was 60, which is okay. Let's just remove that. That seems a little out of whack. I just added CAT. Let's look at CFG. So CFG, we had that. A little bit of a weekly review here, Eli. Not really a weekly review. I guess just kind of a review of the watch list. CFG we had going to 48. Going back up here. Still could be viable. We had January CFG 35s. Actually down from when we added them. Not sure when we added that one, but volume declining here as we're kind of slowly going up. That could be good. Cron, we had Cron. We had Cron over here at a $5 call, guys. Let's look at that. This is on our watch list here, really. $5 calls for January. Currently is at $12. We had it at $2.55. 400% right there. I'm going to get rid of Cron. See. Costco here added the... Come here, you all right? Hold on, guys. Now my little son came walking in the room. Just woke up. But yeah, Cron here. We just took Cron off CFG. No, I'm in Costco. All right, Costco we added the other day. Let's see what it did yesterday. I didn't keep track of it. Didn't do a whole lot. Not a lot of volume here. Not really interested in that if it doesn't have volume going higher. Not really my style. And then Control 4. So you had Control 4 here on the watch list. I'm going to go ahead and remove it from the watch list. It's already well moved. I think we had Control 4. Oh, we added this a long time ago. We had a $30 call at 8.20. It's now 38.30. Was at 8.20. So it's about a 400+% gainer. So that's not actionable anymore. So let's go through EC. Ooh, my EC popped there. Okay. Looks like after earnings, volume pop. Not very aggressive on the volume, although it could get... You gonna get down, Bugs? Okay. Want me to help you? You got it? Ethan's on the couch. You want to read a book? And he's gone. Okay. So, yeah, EC moving here. I have it at 160 for 22. What? No, that's impossible. That's impossible. $160, $22.50. Okay, so about even on EC. Fang's been dropping, so we'll get rid of Fang for now. I've got an alert on Fang. We can come back to that. FFIV. Market should be open now. We got in on FFIV. That looks like that's going. That doesn't need to be on the watch list anymore. Fizz probably doesn't need to be on the watch list anymore. It's moved well past its buy point. Oh, a bit of a reversal day yesterday. FLT. All right. You see right there, FLT not really moving a whole lot right there. Garmin. It's like moving higher a little bit. Let's go check what's doing what. We got Huya here up 5%, IQ up 4%, TSM, BLFS. We've been talking about BLFS for a while now. Looks like it's up again. Let's take it to the daily chart. So BLFS could be a good pullback entry here for those of you that missed that one. That could be a decent pullback at the lows here on the open. That probably wouldn't be a bad trade. CD8, it looks like Hertz is at it again. Okay, so Hertz popped up and pulled back in higher volume, so not the best thing right there, but the higher volume was so far the low. This could be a decent place to enter Hertz. On pullbacks like this, sometimes on volume that's not very aggressive, could be healthy action. CDNA, continuing after that little symmetrical triangle. TSM, Hertz, Trimble, Momo doing healthy stuff. That's YY. TDD. It's jumping around this morning. There's TDD. Looking good. There's DocU up about 1%. Actually looking good if it maintains that trajectory, Eli. These higher lows are fine. If it doesn't get lower than that, if that's the low of the day, Eli, then you're good in DocU. FIVN, let's check out my stocks. So my stocks are here. FIVN, I got Twilio up there. I got Regeneron. Looks like it's up 0.55 after a good day yesterday, finally. Finally. Man, brutal. PKG doing okay. Control 4 getting coming back in right there, which is to be expected. It's not a hyper-growth company. Coors has been pausing here, not healthy. Look at the very, very narrow volume signature. Hopefully this can get expanded here soon and continue higher. Fizz pulling back a little bit after yesterday's reversal. A pretty big reversal yesterday, although volume wasn't that big. You do have a pretty clear area of resistance here at the 121 level. But nothing's broken at all. Things are doing great. Everything's doing good. I think it's just a factor of trying to find something that isn't too extended to get into, to be honest with you. I think that's the trick to the market today. Well, these days, I should say. So Twitter doing good there. Hopefully we don't form a right hand shoulder and make this a head and shoulders pattern, Eli. Hopefully that doesn't happen. That would be horrible. There we go. And there's the potential head and shoulders in Twitter. Potential head and shoulders in Twitter. So maybe getting up here to 37. Maybe a neckline right there. That would be bad. Right there. So shoulder, head, potential shoulder. We can already derive a price target from this, which would not be good. $14. Not sure if it'll do that, but it can. If it's pointing us to lower prices here, that could be I don't know. Maybe if the market were to roll over, that's possible. I don't know if Twitter can do that in the current market environment. I think it's just too bearish. Too bearish. All right, so that's that. Let's keep rolling. We'll keep an eye on the keep an eye on these. I want to keep rolling here with what we got going on here, Eli. We got Garmin up here. I'll take those out. I'm trying to clear up this watch list for us, buddy. Hertz, which I've had here for a while, as a matter of fact. Let's see what the Hertz option does for us here. January 25. Was it 390? It's at 135 now. Wow, good thing we exited that position. All right, Huya. I wonder what Huya is doing. We when did we put this option alert here on Huya? It's January 37.50 at 85 cents. And it looks like we're about even in Huya right now in terms of that one. So we'll see how this happens in the next couple of days. What happens with Huya and IQ. Looks like they've already dropped down. They've already had some selling. You're driving. Twitter. Talk about a potential head and shoulders in Twitter, Eli. Taking us down to $14. I don't think the market environment supports that kind of price action, but it's interesting to note. Let's take a look at Nike. So yeah, Nike already moving. Nike already going higher. Volume not that aggressive. Decent volume there. No, I guess that's good breakout volume. Or is it? $6.5 average, 9 million volume. So I guess that is good breakout volume. Doesn't look like 50% over average volume, but I guess it is. If 6.5 is your average and 9 million is what you do, that's almost a 50% increase. So kind of off to the races with Nike right there. And that was a pretty secure 74%. Looks like I passed on it. That's fine. We'll get rid of Nike. O'Reilly. I've got O'Reilly here on the old watch list. It looks like that would have worked. I should have traded that one. Look at that, right in line with my target line. Rarely does it happen that way, but it did in this particular circumstance. Only a 62% gainer. 300 call. $33.90, so only up a little bit there in O'Reilly. But of course, I was only a 62% gainer to begin with. Riot. Oh no, PKG. Control 4. Let's double check Control 4. Yes, I mean so far it's healthy there, Alec. It's not bad at all. We just had a little bit of a pullback. These things don't go up in straight lines. They do oscillate back and forth. They got downgraded today by an analyst, which doesn't mean anything because analysts are all paid fools, is what they are. And so, yeah, it's acting healthy so far. Yesterday's volume, you can see, was very minute compared to the recent buying action. And today's volume is already a little aggressive. So this could be some buying down here. Have to wait and see. But yeah, you could potentially get it on a pullback, but your time horizon is going to have to increase. Now, what you see here on Control 4, which is perfectly healthy and natural, is a return to a prior high and then a base, a sell-off. So good green volume here, though. If we can base out here, not go too low, it'd be pretty good. Good calls. How often are you wrong nowadays? I don't know. In a bull market, everyone tends to be right. I don't really... sorry. Taking a stretch there. Woke up early and kind of go back to bed. I don't know if you can view my calls in rights versus wrongs, blah. I just kind of analyze things and I just kind of analyze charts, and I invest in some of them. I don't invest in other ones of them, and I don't know how you determine right versus wrong. If it's profit, I'm pretty profitable. Do I have losses? Yes, I have losses. Do I have profits? Yes, I have profits. Sometimes do I have good analysis that I don't act on? Yes, that happens. Do I act on, other analysis for some strange reason? I do that too. So, I'm just like any trader. Probably have a good call ratio, a good win or a okay win-loss ratio. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. But yeah, I don't know how you quantify wrong. Quantifying wrong in the markets is difficult. There's no right or wrong. There's profit and loss. So, but in terms of calls lately, we've been pretty right. Things have been moving. The stocks we've been watching have been moving. That's pretty much all I can ask for. Whether you're in those stocks is a different issue. Now keep in mind, we track dozens and dozens, if not 100+ stocks, so it's impossible to be right in all of them. All right, so there's PKG. I want to look at PKG. Yeah, absolutely, Blade. It's not a right or wrong thing. You just have to, do your analysis and then pick your spots and then go with whatever methodology works for you and that gets you into stocks that are moving. So we've got what do we got? PKG. PKG was January 115, and yeah, we're about even. We're about even on PKG. So if you did want to get in on PKG potentially, I don't think it's good for January anymore. I think it's taking a sweet ass time. But so I'm going to remove PKG from my list over here. Next we have up is RP. This was a recent one I saw that I liked. Looks like getting a nice pullback today after a potential move from a couple days ago on really no volume. So I don't know how much RP is going to do. I'll leave that up there for right now. Shutterstock. I have Shutterstock from going here, 215, 55 for 450. How come I don't have a 55 here anymore? Something weird going on here, Eli. Did they split their option? Did they split? Shutterstock didn't split, did they? No. Eli in StockShed, it says I have a 55 call option for February, but there's no 55 call option. There's a 54.50 call option. Interesting. I haven't seen that before. Doesn't look like it. So sometimes if a stock splits, it will adjust the option pricing and things can get a little weird, but I don't see that here in Shutterstock. Interesting thing to note. All right, just give that one a pass. TMUS. All right, so TMUS here. This is T-Mobile. We watched that pop a few weeks ago. Really been consolidating since, volume declining very nicely. This thing could get another leg here at some point in time. We'll have to wait and see. And I've got TMUS with a February 65 at 58, and it was at 480. So that's about a 25% increase in TMUS. That's still pretty good for a position, as a matter of fact. That's for a target of 78. So maybe get a little less aggressive and go with that one if it can get going again. All right, TTMI hasn't really worked out very well. Not yet. It is putting in a higher low here, which is nice. Maybe it'll start curling up here pretty soon. And I've got TTMI. I've got December 20 at 125. Yeah, so that's down quite a bit. And that's if it goes to 24 as our target. That's based on a 20% move. So failed breakout. Could have tried again, absolutely. Getting pretty close for December though. So pretty sure that's not going to work out. I actually have a limit sell on that, so when that gets triggered, I'll get out with a little bit of a loss. That's kind of what, you know, it's what I mean, blah, it happens. All right, so here's URI. Actually, yeah, this is a new one I added the other day. I was looking at this one. Looks like it's already moved in my favor a little bit. Do not have a position in URI, but it looks pretty good. The volume here, good little green volume spikes. No pocket pivot in place, but that's a pretty good bottoming candle, so you can kind of almost give it a pocket pivot. URI, January 150. $15.90. It's already at, yep, it's already up about 33% from where I put it in there. Oh, did you get on that option? Yeah, all these low and these are nice patterns, Eli. Have you noticed this? This isn't anything that anyone teaches here. No one teaches this, Eli. But how many times have we spotted these recently and they've worked out? I mean, all over the place, right? All over the place. We looked at it in ABBV has a similar pattern, although actually now it turned into a double bottom. We talked about Huya in a similar bottoming pattern. I think this could be a thing. I think this bottoming pattern here could be a thing just before the trend line break in a healthy market. I think that's a thing. We've noticed this in several stocks so far. And you are right, already up. Are you up that 33%? Did you get it when I posted that note? Yeah, so that was URI was a 150, and so yeah, it's already taken a bunch out of that. I'm gonna have to start trading some of those. Some of those are pretty good. Okay, so it looks like a lot of Twitter down 2%. That's not very good. Fizz down 2%. Okay, so two reversal candles. That's what you get, I guess. Taking out a prior basing area. Fizz may need a little more time. It looks like. Twitter's a little more concerning for me personally. Pretty much erasing most of yesterday's on really not a lot of volume. Okay, never mind. That is quite a bit of volume. Okay, so Trump is blasting tech companies, and I'm sure Twitter testified for a House committee. That's old news. Trump attacks Google for prioritizing mainstream news outlets. And I just clicked on something, so it's going to take this 45 minutes for this to open back up again. So I'm not sure. That's some pretty aggressive selling in Twitter, to be honest with you. I hate this. I hate the fact that this does this. Yeah, it's still frozen. Anytime I click on a damn news article, it freezes this thing for like a minute. And it just popped up. Okay. Two tweet commentary. Why is Twitter tanking on this news? That may be a bottoming candle, though. We'll have to wait and see. But that could be bottoming on the higher volume. But if it undercuts that, then it's just going to continue. Ooh, now down 8% control for. Yep, volume already doubled from what it was previously. BE acting pretty nice today. Here normal, TTMI doing okay. Twilio, Generac. Workday. So, yeah, I don't know why the major sell-off on that news. Maybe they're worried that Trump's going after all. Trump's not going after Twitter. He loves Twitter. That's where he gets to say whatever the hell he wants. He's not going after Twitter. He could, though. I wonder if Google sold off on that. That's a good buying opportunity, probably. There's a double bottom right there in Google. It's probably not on the weekly chart, however, so I'm not sure if it's valid. Yeah, it's kind of valid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think a double bottom needs 7 weeks to take shape, and you can see it coming down there already. But the selling's already a little less aggressive. Hopefully, it stops. Nasdaq still holding up higher though. Let's do the screener real quick, and then I'm gonna get out of here. These are the movers of the day. Ooh, only up 4%. Not a whole lot going on today. Very weak day overall. After a big strong day yesterday. Yeah, secretly Republican. Is that your insider knowledge there, Eli? All right, so let's go through these movers of the day here. I'm just going to breeze through them. Okay, I need a minimum volume. I need a minimum volume filter. Do minimum volume of 100,000. That should be better. There we go. That much better. That's Alcoa. Ooh, Twitter dropping again. Man, this is muy no bueno. So XLNX is one that we saw in our pre-market mover screen, and it's it looks like it broke out of that buy point right there. Volume not very aggressive, not like Twitter. This is a 5-minute chart, by the way, and this looks very bad even on the 5-minute chart. Just the sea of red right there. I may just have to kill my Twitter position. That's not good action in what should be some kind of a healthy price action. It is not that. Come on, man. So, I don't know, maybe I give it to the end of the day, but that's some aggressive action. Does the engulfing candle with huge volume signal control won't be going down anymore? Well, usually it's the opposite. Engulfing candles are bad. That is not an engulfing candle. Oh, this is a weekly. Never mind. Hold on. Let me go back to the daily. Okay, so it's already been bought up there a little bit. This is not an engulfing candle. An engulfing candle is when it completely engulfs the previous candles, highs and lows. Trying to see if there's an example on my screen here. Here's an engulfing candle on Twitter. This red candle's engulfing, goes over the previous day's high and under the previous day's low and closes lower. That's an engulfing candle. This is not an engulfing candle. This is a gap. But you can see it dropped all the way down there and has come back so far. So there's still some buying in Control 4. Like I said, don't take analyst words on anything. Yeah, don't take analyst words on anything. They're just, analysts are shills for institutions, and all they want to do is take your stock. So, so what I did is Control 4. I saw something on. They said an analyst downgrade. Ignore that. This was a buying opportunity all the way down here. Now it doesn't mean we're going to go immediately higher. Absolutely not. We can kind of, we can chop around here for a few weeks, if not a few months. It's a very big base in Control 4. You can see right there, it goes all the way back to November. So it's been going down. I mean, it's just come back here recently. 10-month base. That's a great base for Control 4. So if it can get going here on great volume, past this $37 level, then it'll probably be good to go. Wow, Fizz down 3% now. Eek. I hate Thinkorswim sometimes. Volume pretty low though, so I'm just going to kind of let it go. Got this till January. I'm just going to let that go. So I think that's about it, guys. Yeah, that's about it. So far, pretty low volatility day. We've got the NASDAQ just kind of peeking out here. Into new highs again. We have Twitter with some weird action. I don't know, but I'm going to hold on to that. Not going to sell that. We've got BE potentially coming back. Again, this is, you guys know about BE. And then we've got here doing okay. Coming up to so here's the 50-day. So far respecting the 50-day, also coinciding with my trend line here. We'll see if that holds up. And then most of my watch list here, about, 55% red. If you consider Generac green, then it's 50-50 on the day. But Control 4 big loser so far. Fizz big loser. Twitter looks like it came back some. That's about it, guys. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Get my kids ready for the day. And see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.